Whoa, Spencer Turley has a face? What the hell is going on here, boys? Got us some MX Bikes Beta 13. You know that game that everybody plays like once a year and then completely forgets about it? YouTube money. Okay, so here's the change logs and the fixes and the new stuff on their website right here. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I know my face cam is going to be in the way. Big out, beautiful face, yeah. Okay, so we got... By the way, I haven't done a face cam in 35 years, so I apologize if I'm, a little weird acting. Okay, so we got MX Beta 13. Fix in-air controls over 90-degree angles. So that was a fix. Okay, jump start bug, wrong pit position, connection freeze during a race, electric bike support. What the hell? I thought that... Oh, and by the way, this came out November 4th. So that was like... about a week ago. Straight rhythm lane crossing check, pitboard gap over 10 seconds, custom track layout objects, controller rumble. That's all fixes. Okay, none of that's even new. So it's just a fix to electric bike support. That's kind of weird. I don't really know what a lot of that means, but new straight rhythm testing gate selection, new complaint animations. Shit, I need to learn how to spell. I'm not really sure all the changes from the last time that I played it to this time playing it. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just going to kind of go over some things that I've seen on here. So I don't think there's actually a stability thing anymore, like an actual, whatever they called it in the game beforehand, the stability control or whatever the hell it was. I didn't even see that option at all in the settings. So... I'm a little confused there. Like, do they just not have stability anymore? I don't know, because I know that was one thing, like, if you didn't have your stability set on 100 before, you'd get all these weird, buggy, janky physics fillings to the bike, like if you didn't have it set to that. So even Piboso Broso said theirself that you should have it set to 100 even back in the day, but now it's like they don't even have that setting anymore. I don't know if I'm just like missing it in a menu or what the hell, but that's one really big thing I noticed. So maybe, but it feels like it's still at 100 stability. You know what I mean? Or, MX Bikes is 100 stability. You can't really compare it like you would to MX Simulator stability, but MX, it still feels like you have it on 100, whatever that setting was. I can't remember the exact name of it, like stability control or whatever the fuck. I don't know exactly what the name of it was. Let me figure out the name so I'm not confusing anybody. Okay, yeah, so that setting was literally called Stability Help. Okay, so that's basically what it was stability, but now that option is just not in there at all. So I'm a little confused by that. But you can tell the physics, like when I haven't really gotten too deep into it, but I can already tell the whips feel a little bit better. Maybe that's all in my head, I don't know, but... and then the leaning left and right, I don't remember that being as prominent as it was beforehand, but now you actually have you have a lean forward, lean back, lean left, lean right, and a turn left and a turn right. Sorry, just ran down my stairs. Out of breath, boys. Doing hard motos out here, you know what it is. Got the fucking thumb pump going, baby. Oh, man. Let's see if we can throw a couple of them. Holy shit day. But it still has its, like MX Bikes kind of janky feel to it, right? It still has some buggy stuff, and that's... I mean, people know that about MX Bikes. It's still like beta, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it's beta 13. Yeah, that would make sense, Spence. Okay. So it's still kind of a unfinished, unpolished sort of simulator here. But what's interesting is this game seems to be starting to become more like a arcade sim hybrid to me. Okay? That's what it's starting to feel more like. It's starting to feel kind of like you mixed a milestone game with MX Simulator or something like that. I know that's kind of a shitty example. It's not exactly like that, but it's kind of like, it's not really the simulator level of MX Simulator, so it's a lot easier for beginners to get into this game because it's kind of got more of an arcadey feel to it. It doesn't have like that super extremely deep stability, something you've got to like adjust over time. I mean, I just hopped right into this game and started riding really quickly. It wasn't too much of a learning curve, which of course I've already gotten, professional level at another dirt bike simulator, the best dirt bike simulator. So, of course, I'm going to be able to get into MX bikes a lot quicker than, the average arcade player out there. But still, I think it's more beginner friendly. It's more like user friendly than MX Simulator, which is, it's all in how you want to look at it. I'm not even saying that's a super good thing necessarily or a super bad thing. I'm just saying it's kind of creating its own little place. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like starting, like I'm saying, to become that motocross simulator, but it's not quite as deep as MX Simulator, but yet it's easier to get into. So it's kind of like finding a bit of a balance there, kind of finding its own place, I feel like, which is interesting because this is kind of like what, and I don't even know if they're technically trying to do that, but that's what it seems like it's ending up being or becoming, right? I don't even know if they're trying to do that. They may not even be trying to do that. They may just be trying to make a better MX Simulator, but they're not really even close to that ballpark when you talk about depth of the game. There's just not a whole lot of depth, like, compared to MX Simulator. I mean, it's cool, and the bike can feel really cool, and the turning and them improving the physics over time, and they've got, like, realistic shifting now, realistic gearbox, all this different kind of shit. It can feel pretty cool and feel like it's like a different way of experiencing real-life motocross in a video game differently than MX Simulator. But let's just be honest. When you really get into MX Simulator and understand that game, there ain't nothing else like it. There ain't nothing else like it. And if you really, really understand MX Simulator, there will never be anything else like it. You see what I'm saying? Like, this can feel, and that's what I mean by saying, like, it kind of feels like you mixed, like, Milestone ground physics with MX Simulator, and like more like Milestone newer graphics with MX Simulator. It's kind of like you've got this interesting mixture here of some of the other games out there, and that's kind of what it feels like to me. But what am I on? Am I on a TM Factory bike? What the hell is this, Vince? So yeah, I haven't downloaded any of the bike mods or anything in this new beta, so yeah, I apologize for that. I'm on like a baby blue ass wannabe KTM. I don't even know what the hell it is. Literally like a TM Factory bike. So they've got this reset option, and you got to hold it down for like 3 seconds before it resets you. Interesting change. But either way, so that's a couple little things I noticed. As far as that goes, it doesn't feel super different though since the last time I played it. Like, it's not like, oh my god, the game's just entirely different. It's not really like that. It's not. Like, it basically feels maybe like maybe 15-20% different than it did from the last beta. Maybe. But that's the most. Like, it's not like you're going to hop in here. If you played MX bikes within the past year or two, you're not going to hop in here and be like, oh my god, whoa, this is so different or whatever. It's not really like that. At least I'm not feeling that much of a change here. But either way, so, okay, let's see if we can mob some laps out. I love this track right here, actually. This one's pretty cool. This is one of the default little, like, stock, stock tracks in the game or whatever. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow, I was looking away when I popped that wheelie. Okay, so they have a little bit of a bug that I noticed. Let me see if I can do it again. Right here. Of course, it's not going to do it that time. But sometimes when you wreck, and like I can see the third person, like the rear wheel in third person. Oh, that's a wall. All right, Spence. If I can get over that wall, Enduro Cross, baby. MX Enduro Cross. Shit. Yeah. So there's actually, if you noticed in the gameplay, if you like rewind that shit, let me see if I can get it to do it again. Fucking hell. Of course, now I can't get it to do it. But the back wheel will actually, like, there's like some kind of graphical bug going on where the back wheel will just sit there and like flicker black. So just a little bug letting you know, Piboso. You might want to fix that. Just a little something I noticed, but it'll be interesting to see how this game develops in the next few years. And when we get to like MX Bikes Beta fucking 37,000, that'll be sick. But yeah, as of right now, it's seeming to be just a a lot easier to get into of a simulator than MX Simulator. So in turn, what it's going to do, I feel like, is it's going to make a lot of people, a lot of like really beginner arcade motocross people, I feel like they're going to like this better than MX Simulator when they don't fully understand MX Simulator. You see what I'm saying? They're going to get into this. They're going to see the more updated, newer graphics. The game's a little bit easier to get into. It's got a little bit more of an arcadey feeling to the steering, a little bit more like, you know, arcadey physics to it, right? So they're probably going to like this more because they're actually going to be able to get around the track, got a little bit better graphics. But I just have to preface that by saying, do not sleep on MX Simulator, dude. If you do get into this game, don't sleep on MX Simulator. That is the simulator. I'm just telling you, that is the dirt bike simulator. Yeah, the graphics may not be like the most up-to-date engine or whatever the fuck, but if you get on a Nicholas Sandbox Supercross track, maxed out graphics, I promise you MX Simulator doesn't look that bad. Now, if you're on a stock track with, you know, fucking your mom's Dell PC graphics, then yeah, it's going to look like a game from 2007 because it was a game from 2007. But you got to realize, like, they've advanced MX Simulator a lot over the years when it comes to better objects, better decals, better everything. You know, 3D scan tracks. There's been better everything over the years with MX Simulator, so you've got to actually ride on those newer tracks to know what I'm talking about. So, but either way, just want to come and make a little MX bike video. You know what it is, boy.